Carolyn Zook with C6 Stitch, and I just wanted to point out there's a kitty in there, and there's a kitty. Why can't my finger do that? Right there. So I just had to point that out. We're all here to do a Flosstube video. Welcome to our channel about cross stitch. Today is Saturday, March 11th, 2023. Many of us lose an hour this weekend. I hate this time of year. Yeah, we lose an hour. It is spring forward, so don't forget to set your clocks forward an hour. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm really glad that you are here spending some of your day or your evening with me. Let's jump right into it. First and foremost, my account was hacked. So thank you to those of you. I had several of you who reached out to me saying that something looks suspicious on the comments, and you are absolutely right. That was not me. I was chatting with YouTube this morning to try to get it figured out. I've reported as many as I can as spam. The problem with this one, which is unusual, is that I can't actually see the comments. I can tell that they are there, but for some reason when I go to look at the comments, I can't see them. I don't know why. I've been able, this, not to this extent, but sometimes we get spammers and I'm able to like go in and delete them and report them. I can only see the comments when you report them as spam for some reason. So they end up in a different folder kind of on the back end. And then I can confirm that they are indeed spam. So I don't know why I can't see the comments, but I mean, I believe you. Several of you sent me screenshots and whatnot. And yes, I absolutely believe you. I think I said it last week or a couple of weeks ago, but I'll say it again right up front. Please, please, please do not ever send your personal information. If anything looks suspicious, I had somebody reach out to me and say that they sent some personal information by Telegram. I will never ask for that. The only ways that I will ask you to send me your address is through video. I am not and I know it's hard to keep track of who does what. I am not a Flosstuber who will go onto your comment and say, congrats, you won, send me your email or send me your mailing address. I don't do that. I mean, now, partly because spam, right? Like it tracks spammers. But previously it was just because I wanted to, the winnings go to people who watch my videos, right? To show appreciation for those who watch my videos. So you have to watch to find out if you won or not. And so then in the video, I will say, hey, send me your address. Here's my email address. Occasionally, if we're having trouble, if something comes up where we're having trouble connecting or something, I might private message you either on, usually on Facebook. Facebook Messenger is what I use most of all. I'm not very good on Instagram. You can message me on Instagram. I will eventually get to it, but I am not great on Instagram at all. I'm on Facebook mostly. So, again, I will never ask you to send me anything by Telegram. I've never used a Telegram before. So please, if anything looks suspicious or weird, I even had a couple of people who thought they won our giveaways, which unfortunately I had to be like, no, I'm sorry, I haven't even drawn the winners yet. Crushing, that's my role, right? Crushing your hopes and dreams. I do that for my students too. I just crush dreams. It gives me a great power trip. I'm joking. Yes, please. I did have some people who reached out to me and said, hey, I saw this message that said I won. I'm not sure if it's real or not. Could you let me know? Which is absolutely fine. Like, yes, I will let you know. And no, you did not win. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to prevent it necessarily. I've changed my password. I chatted this morning for a while with YouTube, to try to get it straightened out. And the best thing, if you come across anything that looks like spam in the future, if you can just click, there's just a button that says report as spam or something like that, and then it will get sent to me, and then I can confirm that it is spam. So that's what I would ask of you to do, and just be vigilant. I know it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to tell. We've had a hacking at work it's been going on over a week now. It will probably go on for another week. And it's just really interrupting a lot of life on campus for our students, for a lot of faculty. It was midterms. We don't have like a specified week we have to do midterms, but this past week was the midterm, right? Like halfway through the semester. So a lot of professors were giving exams. We can't print anything. It's just kind of, depending on what platform you use in your classroom. So there are a couple like learning platforms. Some faculty members can't use their platforms for their class, so all their classwork is kind of stuck. I do not use that platform, so I was okay. But yeah, I had midterm exams that I had to go get printed at UPS, and it was just a comedy of errors. Like, they did a terrible job, basically. Not of the actual printing was fine, but it was just like the order wasn't there, and then they printed, and then, they're helping other customers, and I'm just standing there waiting, and the printer runs out of paper, and then it runs out of paper again, and then so I just grab them, I just put them directly in my purse, and they hadn't collated them. The lady said, "I'm so sorry, I forgot to hit collate." That's fine, I can collate exams, no problem. And I go in the next morning right before the exam to collate, and I realize they didn't print, or I was missing pages 1 and 2 of half of the class's exams. And I had no time to, I can't just run down the hall and print it because our printers don't work. So I was like, oh my gosh. So just little things like that, after a week of dealing with that, it kind of, you're just kind of tired of it. I feel like I sound a little tired today. I will tell you, I turned off my light before 10 p.m. last night. I do not know the last time I went to bed that early. I used to be a very early bird. I used to start my last job. If you've been with me for a while, you already know this. But my previous job I had, I started at 6 a.m. So I was very much an early bird. I am not a good sleeper, generally speaking. I never have been. My mother will say, even as a baby, I was a terrible sleeper. And so that job, because I would get up so early, I would go to bed around 10, maybe 11, but I would have to get up at, 5. I get ready pretty quick in the morning. And the commute there was pretty quick, right? So I get there about 6 and start my day. And then this new job, technically the hours are 9 to 5. And so I have kind of shifted to be a late night person. And so now I can easily stay up usually till 1. It is not uncommon. If I go to bed before 1, it's like, oh, it's pretty early. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. So last night I was in bed with the light out. It was just about 10, maybe even a few minutes before 10. So I'm tired, I think. I think I'm just kind of worn out. We had a work event yesterday, which went really, really well. It was a symposium, and I did not present at the symposium, but I moderated a panel, and then 2 of my colleagues did present. So we were there to support each other, which was really nice. And then we had a team dinner out at a lovely, lovely restaurant. It was packed. I'm so glad we had reservations. But the food was good. The conversation was good. We got to kind of have time to just chat a little bit. So it was really nice. And so I came home. By the time I got home, it was, 8:30. And I was like, I don't really feel like stitching. I did a little bit of cleaning up, and I'm like, I'm just going to go lay in bed and watch some TikToks. And then I was like tired. And so I went to bed. So that's what I did. So this is me. It is only 9:15. I usually don't. Usually I'm getting up around this time, so I'm like, hey, I'm ahead of the game. I will be taking a nap probably this afternoon, just because I can, and that is what I want to do. So anyway, because of the whole debacle with the spam, I have not gotten a chance to respond to very many Q&As or comments to get questions so I could answer. So I apologize about that. I'll try to go back in. But again, if you can just hit, if you ever see the spam, just hit report spam, because it is not me. So thank you for that. And again, I deeply, deeply apologize about the hassle of that. So, all right, since we have no Q&As, let's get into our whips this week. So my 25/7 piece for this month is Rosewood Manor's Dreaming of Daisies. So this is what it will look like, and I am just right up here, right up there. I think I said I didn't stitch last night because I got home and I didn't really feel like stitching and I was just worn out. And so I didn't stitch, but that's all right. This month will be a little interesting with stitching anyway. All right, so here is where we are at. This is on a 32 count Storm by, I think it's Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So I finished up this flower, I did this flower, and then I started carrying this down. So that is where we're at. Just a little bit here and there, you know, you get done. Every time I work on it, I can't believe how fast 25 minutes goes. And I'm like, but wait, I'm not done working on this. But I think when you stand back and look at like, wow, that's a week's worth of work, just a little bit most days. It's pretty nice. I love this piece. I love it so much. I love the colors. They're light and bright, and I just think they're really pretty. So, and of course, many of you know daisies are my favorite flower, which is why I'm doing this piece. So that is Dreaming of Daisies by Rosewood Manor. Next up, I did spend some time working on Winter Balloons by my lovely dear friend Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates. This is Carolyn's Balloons Winter. This is what it will look like. It is beautiful. I love it so much. I need to finish this so I can start on the spring one that is already out. It came out at market, the spring one. So, and this is where I'm at. This is on 32 count Shark Fin by Fortnite Fabrics. It is the same fabric that I used for autumn, the autumn version. This is a needle minder, so that's not really on there. But this is where I got to, I can't remember where we were. I think I finished up this balloon, did a bunch of these little, man, Jan, you had to put all these little bits in. I mean, it's beautiful. The effect is beautiful, but, you know, it's a lot to stitch. And then I have, this is the last balloon to stitch, and then we have the little seam down underneath, and then we are done. There's a little cat in there. So that is where we are at. I did change the snowflake color. It is supposed to be 3865, I think. I can't remember. Which blends in with my fabric. So I changed it to DMC 775, and it's just perfect. I think it's, you can see it, but it's still subtle. I just love the blues and the greens and the designs. I mean, she's such a genius. So I'm excited about this. My goal on this one is to finish it this month, and then we can start on spring. So yes, so I have to fill in this one. I have the word winter, and then there's some more snowflakes, and then we can move down to the little village. So I think it's possible still. I mean, if I can keep up on it, you know, I think it's possible to finish it this month. So that is good. So I should have worked on it last night, but you know, so I'm kind of like a day behind, but that's okay. That is okay. Next up, I did see some comments when I was going through and trying to fix the spam. I saw some of your comments about Winter Montage, which is my next whip, Winter Montage. This is artwork by Janet Stever. It's charted by Pain Free Crafts, and I am way up here on that first one. I think, and you know, I think I said it last week, I'm like, I don't want to put this away, and I'm a little sad that we are kind of nearing the end of working on it for the year, because I will be switching to the spring one, right? And this is my seasonal Sunday, so I only work on it on Sundays. And I kept thinking, I wonder for next year, how am I going to get more work on it? Somebody said, put it on your, was it Dawn? They said, put it on your whip go list if you do it. And I'm like, yeah, but my whip go list is for those other pieces, right? Like the other like the long dog and stuff. I mean, I could. You're right, I could. This is where we got to anyway. I am missing a color in here. I don't know how. I need to track it down. I swear I already bought it, but it wasn't in there. So I got this leaf. It's mostly done except for those few pieces. And then I went back up and I did some work up in here to get ready to kind of, it's like another spacer in there. And you can see like there's one green dot, which I think is like the very far edge of the next leaf. I got 303 stitches done on this one. I am now at a total of 3,002 stitches. I've been working on this for what? At least okay, so it's only one day a week, right? I'm not even half a page done yet. But that's all right. I love it. I love working on it. I love how it is looking now that I actually can see something. And I don't want to put it down. I am, get this, 1.99% done. Apparently I could not be bothered to do another 1/100% to get it to 2%. But I think next week when you see this, I'll be like over 2% done. So that's something, right? So there we are. Yeah, so it's good. It's great. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I had this, at first I was working on this on a 11 by 11 Q-snap, which is what I usually use. But there's just so much fabric. And for these bigger pieces, I've really liked an 11 by 17. Now, I don't have trouble holding them necessarily because I use my belly as like to help hold it up, and then I just stitch. Ronnie, I need more 11 by 17 grime guards. Okay, I need one for each season. This one is like a daisy one. So this one is good for spring. But I need, I'm embarrassed that I have spring on the winter one. That's just public embarrassment. It cannot happen. So Ronnie, please make me more 11 by 17 grime guards. Thank you. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. You just ask for what you want. And then sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Anyway, that is winter montage. I love it. And thank you all for your comments. Somebody said, how can you put it down? And I'm like, I can't. I have a very hard time putting it down. I think I started saying and I didn't finish my thought. For next year, because I'm not really planning, don't worry, I'm not really planning for next year actually, but I'm just thinking, how can I get more work on it among everything else that I want to be working on? So I think next year I might do like seasonal weekends, like work on it every Saturday and Sunday, and that will double the amount of work I get done on it. It still won't be, enough. It's never enough. But, doubling one will give me a couple days worth of work. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now in March 11th. Right, like we still have a long ways to go. But I'm thinking maybe I just do montage weekends, Saturday and Sunday, just work on it. So we'll see what we think, what ends up happening. But let me know what you think of that plan. I have asked before, do you get sick of seeing these? And nobody's been like, yeah, I'm sick of seeing it. People are like, no, I like seeing your progress. So, but let me know if I would work on it, if that would work. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. I'm always curious. Okay, the other piece I worked on this week was my Alpine garden. And, oh yes, I don't have this. I will try really hard to put in a picture of what it will look like. It is my chatelaine. I am just still on the cross-stitching part of it. I am very nervous about this fabric. Okay, let's talk about it. Let me show it to you first, and then we can talk about it. I worked on it 4 nights, four evenings, and I got some good progress on it. So this is all silk, a lot of MPI silk in there. So I got, I think, this mountain, these trees. You can start to see this is the roof of the house, of the little cabin. So you can kind of start to see that coming in. There's more bushes over here. This is 32 count summer khaki that I bought the kit. So it came with everything. So I am using this. Now I need to decide. I don't know what to do. I have measured multiple times. I've measured the fabric. I have done the cross stitch fabric calculator multiple times. I did a center start, to ensure that there would be enough fabric. And everything that I have calculated says, yep, you're good. You will have enough fabric. The very non-scientific eyeball method, I'm very nervous. So, okay. So here's, I guess it is in the center. When I look at it in person, I feel like it's too far down. And I just can't see how all the other, like there's just borders. There's like 3 levels of borders that go below it. And I just can't see how it will fit. But now when I'm looking at it on the screen, it's like, yeah, it's pretty well centered. And by centered, I mean like this high point in the tree. Like that's about the center. Everything I am working down. So everything below it is already working down. So I don't know, what would you do? I just can't see how it will fit. But that's like the numbers, right? The numbers don't lie, do they? Part of me was like, I should stop working on this, get a bigger piece of fabric, and just use that. Like, I'm not that far in it for it being a chatelaine, and just start over on a bigger piece of fabric where I would have more than enough. And just, I could use this for something else. Like this piece of fabric wouldn't go to waste. I mean, the silks would. I mean, I tried to save as much of the silks as I can, but like that's kind of harder to do with silk, right? It's not as easy. Like it doesn't withstand being frogged as well. But if there's, I don't know. What do you think? Part of me is like, be safe, not sorry, right? The other part of me says, you've measured it multiple times and it will fit. And this is a kit fabric. They have measured it out for you. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I typically go safe, not sorry, but like this, I'm like, but it should work. My eyeball method is not very scientific, in case you did not know. So I did that, and that counted. So for my magazine monthly challenge acrostic, this month it's either Etsy or Charge It, or you could do both. I'm doing Charge It. And Alpine Garden stood for the C in Charge It for chatelaine, the A for Alpine Garden, the G for Alpine Garden, and T for treat, because this is a treat. I treated myself to buy the kit because they are very expensive. They are silks and beads and all that. The other reason why I thought about changing that fabric is a 32 count and there are beads, and 28 count is better for beads. However, I did some Googling in the support, the chatelaine support group on Facebook and all that. And I just did some digging around, and people say on this one in particular, there's not a ton of beads, and there's not a ton of beads that need to be like butted up right next to each other. Like in some chatelaines where they have like sections of beading. So having it on 32 count might be okay for that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm putting this away now. This is done for the month. I don't know when it will come back out, but I'm really, really glad I pulled it out because, my system has changed. This is not in Pattern Keeper. And so I use Goodreads for this, and, my chart wasn't marked off. And so it's just good to like touch it again. And I would like to touch it again later this year and really kind of start working down and just see, maybe if I go a little further down, I can get an idea of if I'm going to run out of fabric or not. Basically, right now, I'm all in full cross stitches. There is some half stitches in the sky, which is no problem. Except I don't like half stitches, but like that's not really anything too scary. It's just I don't really like them. I could do full stitches, I guess. Like, who's going to stop me? Are you going to call the cross stitch police on me? I didn't think so. Wait, I heard a few of you say, yeah, I'm calling the cross stitch police. Anyway, that's my chatelaine. Super glad I pulled it out. I love it. I love how it looks. I'm just unsure about the fabric. Let me know what you think. Okay, that is all my stitching, but I do have some haul. where are we going to start with haul? Let's start with my threads for the Garon Cottage Garden threads. I'm in the Thread of the Month Club. So we have greens because Gary is in charge of it. But these are really pretty greens. I think also because it's March. But here's hummingbird. Look at that variegation. That would make a great like forest tree, wouldn't it? That would make a great tree with all that variegation. This one is jade. Really pretty. Kind of like beachy. This one is Anastasia, which has some like yellow gold in it. That would be a really, really pretty autumn tree. You know, when the leaves start changing, I would use that for like an autumn tree. This one is called Conservatory. Another nice one for like your forest. And then this one is called Lettuce Leaf. It's like a brighter. How can it be bright and soft at the same time? It's bright and soft. Very pretty. So I love those. I'm going to add those to my stash. I need to start using them is the problem. Because I generally do called for. I'm a called for kind of girl. So I do need to start using them. And then my lovely friend Robin from Bird's Eye Stitches sent me this chart. She got it from Facebook Marketplace or something. She got a whole batch of things. And she very kindly sent me this. This is called Rose Celebration by Mirabilia. It is designed by Nora Corbett. She's beautiful. I love her. I'm going to add her to my stash, my collection of Miras. So thank you so much, Robin. That was so sweet of you to send that to me. Rose Celebration. Then I went on, I don't know why, Facebook has been sending me, I don't consider myself completely like tech ignorant, but I'm also not tech savvy. I'm like somewhere in the middle. All of a sudden, Facebook has started sending, like showing me more posts from Stash Unload. I'm going to blame Facebook for these. So I'm like, oh yeah, I do want that, Facebook. Thank you for thinking of me. So first up, so I bought both of these off of Stash Unload. This is Tea Time. This is by It's So Emma. This was a Stitch Quarterly. I believe this is last spring's. This one, I remember seeing it last year and thinking I really, really wanted the chart. And this is actually the chart that made me sign up for Stitch Quarterly. I did not get this one, but I was like, I need to keep my eye out because I imagine that the chart will come out eventually. But somebody was selling the kit. So with Stitch Quarterly, you get the fabric and the floss as well. They were selling it on Stash Unload. So I picked it up and it came very quickly, quick shipping. I will probably leave off the word spring and just like fill in that teacup, a little bit. But I think it's super cute. So I got that, which I'm thrilled with. Have no idea when I'll start it, but that's all right. And then this is a Nora Corbett that I don't have. This is called Bella Rose and Bella Hydrangea. I love hydrangeas. I like roses too, but hydrangeas I love. And so I got this. I'd never actually seen this one before, but I picked it up off of Stash Unload. I might have one more thing. I think I do have a couple more things coming from Stash Unload that aren't here quite yet. So that is fine. Then the other thing I got is my Stitch Quarterly for spring from the Fat Quarter Shop. So if you do not want to see it, please go ahead and fast forward. But I'm going to show everything in this quarter's Stitch Quarterly. Okay, first of all, they always come in a really darling bag. It's like a plasticky canvas, and it has that print on it. There are all holes in there. You could technically cross stitch on it if you wanted to, but they're generally very nice project bags, so I love that. So, don't discount that piece of it, right? And then the chart is called Bloomin' Beautiful, I believe. Oh, no, it's called Sweet Laurel. Sweet Laurel, and it is this little piece. They have it designed as a roll. I think you get that little piece too. And there are instructions and everything in there on how to make the roll. But I think it's just, you can do so much with it. Oh, that's a maybe a needle book. I think I saw they give instructions on how to make a needle book. I'm not sure. I looked at it very briefly, and it was very cute. And then they give you the fabric and the floss, and then apologize about the crinkling. You also get a matching needle minder. These are gorgeous. They're heavier. So if you stitch in hand, these might be a little too heavy for you. But I stitch in a Q-snap, so these will be great. I think it's so pretty. And then it looks like a little luggage tag, but you're meant to write your project on there and then attach it to your project bag, so you could look like a project bag identifier, which I think is really cute, very handy, and once you finish this project, you can use it for others. I think this is really fun. Oh, let me show you the fabric. So here's the fabric. It is hand-dyed 14 count Aida in cream and sugar by Fiber on a Whim. I don't believe you get a choice of fabric, so it is what it is. I mean, you could certainly decide to stitch it on something else if you wanted to, but you don't sign up for it and say like, oh, I want, 32 count or whatever. So that's what you get with the kit. I think it's really fun, and I think their projects, they're small, they're cute, they're kind of my style, right? So I'm really having fun, and I'm going to keep staying with this. I think this is my third one, and I'm going to keep going. I really like the project bags. And it's fun to get a nice little surprise. And what I appreciate is that it's quarterly. It's not necessarily monthly. So you can kind of justify it in that way if you needed help justifying. I'm here to help. All right, my friends. Next up is our giveaways. This is, what do I call this? The legitimate giveaway section of the video. This is legitimate. I am who I say I am. I am Carolyn Louise Zook, here to give away charts. Do not telegram me. Yeah. Okay. So last week we gave away, we had two. These are courtesy of my friend Carla. Hi, Carla. Who gave me these to give away to you. So thank you so much, Carla, for generously donating these. And our first winner is Susan Moore. So Susan, congratulations. I looked briefly for your address. I feel like I should have your address. I couldn't find it. So again, it's legitimately me asking you to email me at czookstitch@gmail.com to send me your address, please. Thank you. So Susan Moore, and then Patty Smith is the winner of the second one. So Patty, I have your address, so congratulations. I will get that out in the mail. And then we gave away this A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is the Bald Eagle. This is number 7 in the series, the Bald Eagle. You can do them all together. You can do them separately. You can just pick the ones you like, however you want to do it. And the winner of this is Jessie Rember. So Jessie, congratulations. And I do already have your address, so I will get this in the mail. I'm hoping that will go out in the mail on Monday. So congratulations to our winners. And I'm not going to do a giveaway today just because of all the spam debacle and everything, but I'm hoping we will be able to resume giveaways soon. All right, let's talk about plans. I mean, this will be another quick video. Our plans pretty much are very similar to what we've been doing all month. Dreaming of Daisies for 25/7, winter montage for my seasonal Sunday, Carolyn's Balloons Winter I'll work on. And then kind of the new piece for this week we'll be pulling back out Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor, which you have seen recently. I just worked on it at near the end of last month. This is what it will look like. I am trying to finish this year, and in fact in the first half of the year would be ideal. Let's see where we're at here. So this is where I am at. So it looks like I will be working. Maybe there's some fill-in over here. Maybe it looks like something's missing here. I'll see. I'll have to see if there's something missing there. Maybe not. Sometimes the spaces are a little strange, but otherwise we will be going over here. Oh yeah, I think that's right. Now I'm remembering. I think I'd start, yes, I'm going to finish up this page and start carrying, this is a big giant motif here that goes on down to the page below it. So I will be finishing up this. There's some littler, smaller motifs over here, and then the big motif there. Let me show you. Okay, so I will be working on probably this one right here, this little tiny one, and you can see this is the huge motif that I just have that little start. So that is what we'll be working on, and this is the one that I'm taking off the alphabet, so it actually is only going to be this big, only. So, and I'm using the Called for Valdani, and this is stitched on 28 count Picture This Plus Truffle, and I love this color so much. So this one will be coming out, which will be fun. Okay, so for next week, my video, so we're kind of entering the last part. I can't believe March. It's already halfway over almost. But so next week I will be filming on Sunday instead of Saturday. I have brunch with a friend on next Saturday for like an early birthday brunch. And then I'm getting my eyebrows done. Don't look. And then I'm going to a bourbon tasting with at a friend's house. So that will be super fun. So that will be my Saturday. So Sunday I will film. And then the following week I will actually be out of town. But I'll remind you and talk about that next week. So I will see you all next Sunday. Thanks again for hanging in with me for the spam, and I apologize, and just if you could hit report, that would be great. I appreciate all of you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.